All righty. Welcome, everybody. It is another day of sharing the gift of Divinfi. It is 5 in the morning, and yes, I'm shooting a little video for Instagram. Uh, Super excited to share this with you guys. Thank you all for being here. You got some amazing things to share with you. And I just want to shout you guys out for making it on this call, whether this is your first time that you're on or whether you've been here before. I truly believe that what we're doing here at Divinfi is just never been done, number one. And number two, connecting all of the right people that are here to help us on this mission of true freedom for the world. And so thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this mission, or at least giving it the time of day to see if you resonate with this mission. And so I'm super excited for what's going on. It's another day. Even though it's 5 in the morning, I really wouldn't be wanting to do anything else. And so um, I'm excited for what's going on. And like I said, it's all about connection here, and you're on this call because of a connection. I truly believe that it's not so much about what you know, but it's more about who you know and the connections that you have in your life. And we are looking to get connected with all the right people to spread our mission all throughout the world. As you guys know, we're already in 13 different countries and growing. It's been less than a month since we've been in pre-launch, and we're so excited for what's happening. It really wouldn't be possible without trusting in the divine. And we're just here. It's been a culmination of several years. Now we're locked in with you amazing people that are on this mission with us. And hopefully some of you guys that are watching this for the first time, whether you're here on Zoom, whether you're here on Facebook or LinkedIn or one of the different platforms that we're streaming live to, I do believe that you're here for a reason. I believe that you got connected for a reason. I don't believe in coincidences. I was actually just talking to one of my friends. We met in the Philippines, and it was in the most random place. It was actually at it's kind of like a bar slash club. I was just there with my friend, and we ended up talking, and we were connected in so many different ways, and it resonated with her so deeply. And so I believe that there's no such thing as coincidences. Um, so without a further ado, I'm going to get right into the information for today. And so if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Sam Hidja. I'm right now the Chief Marketing Officer. Eventually, I'm going to step down because the fun stuff for me is doing this stuff, sharing the information, and really connecting with like-minded individuals that have a bigger dream for their life and a bigger mission for their life and wanting to help other people. And so, I'm gonna share a little bit about me. I don't want to talk too much about myself. It's more about the mission. But just so you guys know, I've been in the entrepreneurial space for the last 12 years. And it really has shifted a lot of things for me because when I was growing up, I was just an average kid. I would say probably below average. I mean, I slept 7 out of 8 periods every single day. I went to college and I dropped out my second year in college, and a lot of my teachers, they never really said it, but they're like, ah, this guy's not going to be much in life. Even my dad, I mean, he wanted me to be a doctor and kind of go that traditional route. But I just didn't see that for myself. I actually didn't really have like a big dream of being like one day I'm going to be a lawyer or one day I'm going to be a doctor. I never saw that for myself. Really, what I wanted freedom. And so it's so interesting how it's come full circle that our mission here at Divinfi is to create freedom. And so our vision is to create an ecosystem that brings freedom to all 8 billion people here on Earth, financially, time, location, and most importantly, the emotional freedom. Now, for the last 12 years, I was able to I didn't have a job for the last 12 years. My last job was at a place called Jared's. It was a jewelry store. And then after Jared's, I got into the car exporting business and I earned my first six figures at the age of 18, which is absolutely awesome. But there were some drawbacks because, I always wanted to have money to travel and location and time freedom, all these things. And over the last 12 years, I've generated millions and millions of dollars for myself personally, and I've helped dozens and dozens of people either earn a part-time income or a full-time income exceeding over six figures a year. And so I thought that money was going to be my answer. I thought having the fancy vacations and being able to do what I wanted, whenever I wanted, with whoever I wanted was the answer. And, it wasn't until about um, earlier this year, and actually in January, where I found out that that wasn't true. So, in June of last year, 2023, I went on a conquest of just like, okay, I'm just gonna go and travel the world and, just have fun. And so I was in Southeast Asia, I was in Japan, I was in Malaysia, I was in Thailand, I was all over Southeast Asia. And I had my corporate leasing business was on autopilot and it was just earning money completely hands-free. Barely worked 5, 6 hours in those 6, 7 months. And what ended up happening was, and I share this for you with you guys, not for sympathy, but just to show you where I personally was, and maybe you could relate. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but I just want you to know where I was. And I started to experience anxiety, depression, panic attacks every single day. It was getting really hard to breathe. And I got to the point where I was actually thinking about jumping off the 48th floor of my penthouse in Malaysia. And I never thought that I would ever it ever get to that point. And so after that, I actually, I knew things had to change because it's like, okay, well, the money obviously didn't help me. I mean, I'm doing better than most people my age. I mean, I'm making more money than my mom and my dad combined, my teacher combined. It's like, so what was the answer? The answer, well, obviously, wasn't just the money. There was something deeper. And so it took me getting to the lowest of lows. I ended up going through a divorce with this girl that I absolutely loved for, I was married to for 4 years. And then I went to jail in Bali, Indonesia. Absolutely horrible jail. Never wish it on the like my worst of enemies. And it was crazy. Like I almost got the death sentence, like all these things. And after I got out of jail, I got a call from our founder and CEO, Mr. Jamie Devine. He's like, bro, you need to come to the Philippines. Okay, so shout out to the Philippines. That was my saving grace. And actually, I ended up meeting this guy right here. His name was Don Smith. So Don had been creating a transformational program over the last 44 years. He's worked with the elite of the elite. He's worked with people like, Pat Riley, the head coach of the Miami Heat. He's worked with Al Gore, the ex-vice president of the United States. He's worked with several over I don't know exactly what the number is, but he's worked with many, many professional athletes at the Olympic level in 15 different sports. Okay, so this guy, he uses this process, which is a 2 hour process where he asks some very specific questions and helps people get to the root of the trauma. And essentially, what happens is that Don helps them release the energetic anchor that's been holding them back from accessing their infinite power their entire life. So, what happened to me was that I went to Don, did this process, and within 2 hours, all the panic attacks, anxiety, depression, suicidal thoughts, all my addictions, I was addicted to smoking weed. I smoked it every day for 12 years. I was addicted to sex. I had several girlfriends at one time. I was addicted to money, travel, people pleasing, and validation. All of these things, they were external. And within this 2 hour session, Don helped me get to the root of that and completely get rid of it. And so I'm going to give you some more insight on what happens exactly. And so there's this chart. It's called the consciousness chart by it was created by a guy named Dr. David Robert Hawkins. And so he wrote a book. He wrote several books, but the chart that this is in was in a book called Power versus Force. Absolutely amazing book. What's crazy is that I read this book over 10 years ago, but I truly did not understand it till I experienced it. And so that kind of goes back to know and not to do is not to know. And I would go a step further to say to know and not to embody is not to know. And so in this chart, it states that every single emotion is on a level of consciousness or calibration or vibration or frequency. You can use any of these words interchangeably. And so at the very bottom of the chart is shame, which is at a level 20 consciousness. Fear is at 100, courage is 200, and at the very top is enlightenment, which is 700 to 1,000. And this is actually where all the great teachers, this is where they were at. Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, Zoroaster, all of the great teachers were at this level of enlightenment. And what they knew and what they were trying to tell people was that you and I, is natural state is enlightenment. Okay. Now, 80% of the world's population is underneath this line. They're under a 210. 80% of the world's population is under a 210. So imagine if you got a 210 out of 1,000, right? You got a 21%. You're not doing very well in life, right? And that's where 80% of the world is. It's absolutely insane to think about. And most people are actually vibrating at the level of fear. Now, a guy named Hitler, I used to say it was 75, but from Don corrected me. He said it's actually a level of 50. This is where Hitler was. He was level 50. And where I was when I did the transformation was at the level of desire, 125. So I desired money. I desired women. I desired all of these things. I had all these addictions. But what would happen is my self-sabotaging pattern would have me get rid of it just as fast as I got it. I would build up a business and I would lose it just as quick because I desired things, but I couldn't actually sustain them. I couldn't hold them because I didn't feel worthy deep down. So what ends up happening is, like I said, Dawn helps you get rid of this energetic anchor that's holding you in these lower levels of frequency, these lower levels of consciousness. So imagine being at the very bottom of the ocean and you have an anchor that is holding you down. You try to swim to the top of the ocean, get to the surface of the ocean, which is where you should be, right? And you get 30% up and it drags you back down. You go 50% up and it drags you back down. So what happens is simply the energetic anchor that's holding you in these lower levels of consciousness gets removed through this process, and you can now swim up to you can float to your natural state of enlightenment. So the reason why this is important is because our system is all about consciousness and currency, because we understand that you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have the consciousness, you're going to self-sabotage yourself. It's similar to this one story by there was this billionaire. His name was Tim. He was one of Don's clients, actually. So this guy was a multi-billionaire. And he was going through a lot, right? He was going through anxiety, depression, panic attacks. He was going through a divorce. He had 5 addictions. He was addicted to food, sex, alcohol, drugs, and gambling. Okay. So he had 5 addictions. He had a private jet, and it had been 6 months since he even rode it, since he ever flew in it. And so he does a process with Dawn, and within those 2 hours, Tim's addictions, everything that Tim was dealing with is completely gone. So that's another example. You can have all the money in the world, but without the consciousness, you're going to be living in your own self-created hell. So on the other side, you can have the high level of consciousness. There's some people that are like meditating all day in the mountains, but they don't have the currency, the money to actually affect change here on earth. And so we believe that you need both. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about the currency side here in just a moment, but if you're ready to get started with Dawn, we have our Tuesdays and Thursdays transformation. So Tuesdays are for new clients and Thursdays are for existing clients. So if you're not in the system, I highly suggest, even at the minimum, you need to be a part of Don's process. It's going to change your life forever. And if you're already in the system, make sure to continue to attend his Thursday transformations, because I'll tell you, for me personally, I gave it up a couple of times because what my first shock was in the womb. It was that when before I was even born, I had an energetic anchor. So for 30 years, I had been repeating this self-sabotaging pattern. So it takes a little bit to grow that neurocellular muscle. So you need to stay around and continue to do the process just to keep you in proximity, because proximity is power, right? So make sure to continue to attend these sessions with Don. Now we're going to get into the next part. So as a Divinfi partner, you're not just joining a company, you're joining a community that's dedicated to your mutual success and your personal empowerment. So when it comes to the currency side, we have one product. So we have one product for the consciousness and one product for the currency. And so this product is called Apollo. It's an AI that uses deep learning technology that basically what that means is it gets better and smarter over time. Okay, very simply. So Apollo is doing 20 to 50% returns per month, completely hands-free. So imagine being at the beach, imagine traveling, imagine being with your family, and your money is growing for you completely hands-free. The way that it works is you have your crypto account, your crypto exchange, and it just APIs, which just means it's a connection into your wallet. So you have complete control of your funds, which is absolutely amazing. And so the way that this works is that it's a 50% profit split with a developer that we found here in Dubai. The guy's been developing this AI since 2017, and he actually sat down with Jamie and was showing him um, all of the trades that it's been taking. And so, you know, it's the only one that we've ever seen that's actually working the way that it's said it was going to be working. So it's absolutely amazing. And so if you're doing 50% returns, the minimum investment, by the way, is $1,000. And if you don't have $1,000 disposable income, I'm going to show you a way that you can earn it. But it's $1,000 minimum, 20% return. If you split that 20% by half, 50%, 10% would go to you, 10% would go to the developer. Let's say you did 50%, half of that would be 25 that goes into you, 25 that goes to the developer. Okay, and these are just the average. I mean, the average actually is about 27, 28% over the last couple of years, but past performance is not indicative of future results. It could do less, but this is just what we've seen. Okay, so and just as an example, in the last I think last 10 days or so, it's done close to over 40%. So it's doing pretty amazing. And so it's just one of those things where we just never know what it's gonna do. There's always risk when it comes to investment. So I'm gonna talk about compounding, okay? And so just keep in mind the numbers that I tell you, because it's gonna be important for this next part. But Albert Einstein, he said this quote. He said, "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it." So I'm gonna show you guys this compound calculator really quickly. 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Awesome. So remember I said the minimum is $1,000. Okay. It's 10, let's say 10%. That's a good average, 10% a month. And then let's say that you compound it for 5 years. Okay. So $1,000 compounding at 10% interest for 5 years. $1,000 returned to $304,481.64. Let's say 2 years, okay? Let's make it a little bit. Let's just say 2 years. So that 1,000 would turn into almost $10,000. So obviously, the longer you keep it compounding, the more you're gonna earn. But still, over 2 years, almost $10,000. Okay, so Pretty awesome. Now, I want you to just think about this because, as you know, in today's day and age, there's a lot of things that are happening. If you take a look at what's happening in the US, which what happens in the US affects everywhere else in the world. Not even to mention, the US dollar, all the other currencies are actually pegged to the US dollar. And the hyperinflation that is happening right now to the US dollar is just crazy. Okay. Like the US dollar is losing 1% in purchasing power every single month. So from June 2023 to June 2024, the US dollar's lost about 12% in purchasing power. So if you've noticed, which I'm sure you have, if you go to the grocery store and you try to buy groceries, you know, you're able to buy less. In fact, it's about 12% less in the last year. So having your money in a savings account is probably one of the worst investments you can do, especially whenever you take into consideration that the bank, what they are doing is they're taking your money because you're a customer to the bank. They take your money without even asking, because that's just part of their policy. They're able to, and they go and invest it into the Forex market, into the crypto market, and the future market, all of these different markets. They're in hundreds and hundreds of percent. And then guess what? They give you 1% for the year. So it's time to start taking back your power and start to compound your money into something. It may not be this, okay? I'm not telling you it has to be this, but I don't really know another vehicle that's doing these kind of numbers. So it's really up to you, but just make sure that you're at least getting 1% a month, okay? And we're talking about 10 times that minimum. So let's talk about being an investor and an entrepreneur. So there are four quadrants when it comes to the entrepreneur or just earning income in general. Okay, so you can be an employee, which is you have a job, right? You have a job and you trade your time for money. Okay, so you work 8 hours, you get paid 8 hours. So after becoming an employee, the next logical step would be a self-employed business owner. So that's, for example, you have a Smoothie King, you have a flower shop, whatever. Okay, you might have a couple of employees here and there, but you don't necessarily have any leverage. Okay, you don't have any leverage in your business. So um you you may not have a job, but you actually own a job and your business owns you because you're the lifeblood of your business. Before I got into this industry of network marketing and then later on into different industries, I was in the car business. I was buying cars in the US and I was shipping them to places like Dubai and Saudi Arabia and Africa and Dominican Republic, all over. But the thing about that was, even though I was earning good income, I was spending 80 hours a week and I had zero leverage. If I wasn't in my business, I wasn't earning income. So the next logical step from being self-employed is to become a business owner, a big business owner with a system. So a system is an acronym for saving you some time, energy, money. Okay. So as a big business owner, your whole business model is to create leverage. It's to have and delegate your different different roles to different people. So take, for example, Elon Musk. Okay. Let's say his main business is Tesla. I don't know how many employees he has. Let's just say he has 10,000 employees. Okay. They each work for him at least, let's say, eight hours a day. So 8 hours. I suck at math, so just give me a moment. 8 hours times 10,000. That's 80,000 hours that people are working for him. So even though Elon Musk and you and I and every single person on earth has 24 hours in the day, he's leveraging 80,000 man hours per day. So that's why he's, one of the richest men on earth. And the people that work for him might make six-figure income. So it's because he's able to create a system where he's leveraging other people's time and efforts. So the question is how can you create leverage in your life so you can earn income no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are? And I'm going to show you how you can do that. Now, the next quadrant, the next logical step is to become an investor. So you earn cash flow and then you start to invest it and put it into different vehicles that are going to earn you income, right? Have your money work for you. And so I told you, like, if you don't have the $1,000, we have a way for you to actually start earning some income so you can invest it and start to get into the investor quadrant, which, I mean, nowadays it's probably the easiest way for you to become an investor. Because I remember about 7, 8 years ago, one of my mentors, he was from Singapore and he ran a hedge fund, which, had hundreds of millions of dollars. And I asked him, like, hey, how can I start to invest with you? And he said, you minimum need $100,000 to get started. And so I was like, holy shit, I need to get to work. And so nowadays you can actually become an investor, especially when it comes to crypto with as little as a couple $100, couple $1,000. And so there's no better time to start investing than now. Now we're going to get to the next step. So like I said, 95% of people earn active income and 5% earn passive income. So 95% of the wealth is actually created here in the passive income sector. So, it's really imperative that you start to move from the left to the right. And so to get started with our ecosystem, there's only one package. It's called the Freedom Pack. So it's $149 startup, meaning one time, and then it's $99 per month. And if you refer, if you refer 3 people, you get your membership for free, which is awesome. So you refer 3, right? You're using Don's process. You get excited, you refer 3 people, your membership is free. You use the AI, you get excited, you refer 3 people, your membership is free. Awesome. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about the partnership program, which is absolutely amazing. Our whole ecosystem is built around connecting and really just sharing the good word, right? And we believe in rewarding our partners generously, right? So it's in the network marketing space. And what network marketing is essentially, instead of utilizing traditional models of marketing like commercials and advertisements and all these different ways, what we do is we use word of mouth marketing. So it's just sharing the good word with the people that we love and trust, and even people that you don't know, because at the end of the day, if something works for you, you want to share it with other people. I remember the other day, I was hanging out with Jamie, this guy right here in the pink, and he went to go watch Bad Boys 4 with his fiance, right? And he's like, dude, I just watched Bad Boys 4. It was actually really good. And I'm like sitting at home later that night and I'm like, dude, I want to go watch Bad Boys 4. That's just how we are, right? We just share things that work for us. And so the difference is that you're going to share things regardless. But my question is, why don't you get paid for it? And better yet, why don't you create a business out of it? So number one, we have an infinite income potential. You can earn anywhere from $100 a month all the way up to $4 million a month. So you can go part-time in this business, you can go full-time, and you can go big time. Okay. So the second point right here is that you can create residual income. So if you don't know what residual income, it's one of those things that's going to change your life and you're never going to be the same after you experience it. Because like I said, imagine being on the beach, traveling, doing whatever you want to do and still getting paid. Okay. Yes, Chris, big time. Let's go. So, uh, you know what? If you, I'm gonna continue going on, but if you guys are excited as I am, I mean, it's 5 in the morning here. I want to feel you guys' energy. If you're ready to go big time, part time, or full time, drop it in the chat. I want to see some big time players here because we got some exciting stuff for you guys. We got some awesome incentives as well, which I'm going to drop here in just a moment. Okay, Ashley, big time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Awesome. So yeah, so there's some awesome things that we're going to be talking about here in just a moment, some cool promotions. And so, like I said, the weekly residual income is absolutely amazing. I'm talking about, imagine having the free time to do what you want with who you want, and also have the emotional capacity to truly enjoy life on every single level and getting paid over and over and over again, if not forever. Okay. Now, the third thing is that there are no qualifications or experiences needed. It does not matter if you went to Yale or if you went to jail. Okay. And I actually went to jail a couple of times. Nothing crazy. Okay. Nothing crazy. But, like I said, like I didn't have the best childhood. I mean, I came from a poor family, first generation Palestinian American, and I didn't have all of the things, all of the credentials, and all of the things that you really needed to go big time. Okay. And, I've been blessed to have amazing mentors and the right information around me to help me have success in this. And we want to pass the baton on to the next leadership here that's going to make big waves. And so it does not matter what your past looked like. It does not matter if you failed or you succeeded. Every single person has an even playing field here. So, and the last thing that's really awesome is that there are team building incentives. So you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. You have a whole community that wants to see you succeed, because that's just how the model is. And this is what Zig Ziglar said, one of the late great mentors. He said, the more people that you help get everything that, the more you can help other people get what they want, then I think I'm butchering it a little bit, but essentially like you'll get everything that you want. So helping more and more people is going to give you every single thing that you want. And that's exactly what this structure is created for, is to be of service to one another. And so we're here, like I said, twice a day minimum, making sure that you guys succeed. And so I'm going to get into the partnership program and show you guys how to create a residual income. So there's a couple of things that you need to know. You have the rank names right here. So these are, like, I guess in a corporate sense would be your role, how much you, like the role name, the network size, like how big your network needs to be, personal referrals, meaning how many you need to personally refer, your weekly payout, how much you get paid out weekly, and then your one-time rank bonus. And there's 3 ways that you get paid out, and actually a 4th way, but I'm going to talk about that later. So number 1, you get paid $50 per membership that you refer. Okay. But until we get bored, okay, what we decided is we're going to actually give you guys $100 per membership. We were going to have it until the end of the month, but we talked about it and we're going to extend this until we're like, okay, this is enough. So you guys can continue to refer people and get double up bonus, which is absolutely awesome. Keep on doing what you're doing. We want to make sure that you guys are feeling the love and are getting rewarded for your good work. So that is extended. And then the second thing is that you're going to get weekly payouts. So this is just every single Friday. And the way that this works, just so you guys know, is that let's say you qualify for your rank. So you won't get paid that Friday, the following Friday. You get paid the Friday after that. And every single cutoff date is at 11:59 on Sunday Dubai time. Okay. Just so you know, 11:59 is the cutoff day. You won't get paid that Friday. You'll get paid the next Friday, at least whenever you hit the rank. Okay. And so the last way is the one-time rank bonus. So you'll get paid one-time bonus just to congratulate you for hitting the rank. Okay, so so the rank name is, so the first one is inviter. Okay, so it doesn't matter what business you're building. Okay, the whole point is to build a network of clients. So same thing here. Okay, so here the whole goal is to have two on your left and one on your right. Two memberships on the left, one on the right, or vice versa. Two on the right, one on the left. Doesn't matter. Okay. And out of those three total, you only need to bring two personally. Okay. One needs to be on the left, one needs to be on the right. So let's say it's your mother, your father. And then let's say you brought those two in, and then your father brings one person in, you automatically rank up to inviter, which is two on the left, one on the right, getting paid $25 a week, which is $100 a month. And that covers your membership. Awesome. Next rank, connector 200. You need four on your left, four on your right. That's 8 total. Okay. Out of those 8 total, you only need to personally bring in those same two, your mother, your father. Simple. Okay. The way that you would do this is that it's all about duplication and teaching people what you did. So you're going to teach your mom and your dad how to bring in their two. And once you have 4 on your left, 4 on your right, you're going to rank up to the level of connector 200, getting paid $50 a week, which is $200 a month. And then you get paid a rank bonus of $200 one time. Pretty awesome. And just to note, these rank bonuses are paid out at the end of the month. So these are paid out every Friday. These are paid out at the end of the month. Okay, very simple. Connector 500. Same thing. You're going to have the two that you personally enrolled. You're going to teach them how to get two, and then they're going to teach their people how to get two. And once you have 10 on your left, 10 on your right, you're earning yourself $125 a week, which is $500 a month. And then you get a one-time rank bonus of $500. So this is what I was saying. If you don't have the $1,000 to get started in the AI, get to Connector 500, super easy. And you could take the 500 that you earned from the residual, the 500 from the runtime rank bonus, and you could throw it into AI. There's your $1,000. You can now start to step into the investor quadrant. Okay. So what I want to stop here and just give you guys a little bit of some insight on how much of a challenge it is to create passive income in the traditional model as opposed to this model. So if you wanted to create residual income in the traditional model, one of the best ways would be real estate. Okay. It's purchasing a property and then renting it out to someone that would pay you every single month. So let's say you wanted to buy a house. So you would leverage $250,000 from the bank. Your mortgage, let's say, would be about $1,500. You find someone to rent it long term for $2,000. Now your residual passive income is $500. So my question to you is, what's easier, leveraging $250,000 to make $500 in passive income, or referring to teaching them how to get two, and then so on and so forth until you just have 20 memberships? Now you tell me. Okay, so I think I hit this rank in like 1 week. So I mean, and this is, I mean, and I have actually a real estate company in the States. And so this is way easier. Okay. This is way freaking easier. It's just getting excited about something real and that can help people with, I mean, just an extra $500 a month. I mean, it's very, 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 very simple. I mean, and the product itself actually creates passive income. So even if they don't want to build a business, any single person can actually utilize our system. Okay, so moving forward, connector 900, 20 on the left, 20 on the right. You still only need those first two. So you only brought two in, your mom, your dad, and you're continuously teaching them how to get two. They teach their people how to get two. And once you have 20 on your left, 20 on your right, right? Because you have 40 people in your organization, you only brought two in. So it's all about duplicating yourself and teaching them what you did. And then you're getting paid $225 a week, $900 a month. And then you get paid a one-time bonus of $900. Okay, awesome. Now, connector 1500, the only thing that's different here is that instead of having two total that you personally referred, you're going to bring two on your left and two on your right. So let's say it was your mom, your dad, and you brought in your brother and your sister. Okay. So once you have 40 on your left, 40 on your right, you're getting paid $375 a week. That's $1,500 a month, and then a one-time rank bonus of $1,500 just for hitting that rank. Okay, and then it just continues to go and multiply. So you go from 40 on your left, 40 on your right, to 75 on your left, 75 on your right. You're at now worker 3K. That's $3,000 a month. Same thing. You only need two that you personally enrolled on your left and your right. And then you're getting paid $750 a week, which is $3,000 a month, and you're getting paid a one-time bonus of $3,000. Okay, pretty awesome. The only difference here is that you need to actually hold the rank for 2 months, and then you qualify for the one-time rank bonus. Okay, so super simple. And as you see, it just continues to go up and up and up. Networker 5K, you're getting paid $5,000 a month. Speaker 9K, $9,000 a month, and so on and so forth. So on this page, it goes up to $100,000 a month. The fourth way you get paid, these are for the people that said they want to go big time. Okay, so that for people that want to go big time and want to earn some life-changing money that can actually affect change, we have a fourth way that you can get paid, which is called, it's at Speaker 25K, and it's called the Global World Pool Bonus. So what happens is we take 1% of all the global sales in the company and we put them in a global pool bonus. Okay. And so this pool is divided between the number of shares that we have. So let's say we have 20, they have 10 shares. Let's say at Speaker 25K, 10 people there. 10 divided by a million, that's an extra $100,000 that would go to these people. Okay, very simple. And then at Master 750K, instead of one share, you get two shares. So let's say you have two shares out of 10, and there's $1 million, you would get an extra 200,000 on top of the $750,000 that you would earn every single month. Okay, super awesome. Like I said, you can either do this part-time, you can do this full-time, you can do this big time. But my question to you is now I'm not saying that you're going to do this, but let's say you were going to do this. How much money would you need for you to really take this serious? Because, I've seen network marketing completely change people's lives. I had a buddy at the time, this is 7-8 years ago. His name was Ishmael. I was actually childhood friends with him. And when I met him, he was struggling. He had negative $200 in his bank account. And he saw the opportunity with the network marketing company, which by the way, which was nowhere near as amazing as this. It was nowhere near, but it was still good. It was a good way to help people and earn income. And he saw the vision. He's like, I'm gonna do this no matter what. He had negative $200, and the interest fee was $600 plus tax. He said, I don't care what is going to get in my way. I'm going to make this happen. So he ended up going to a loan store. He pulled out a loan for over 20 something percent interest, by the way. And he got started that day, which is crazy. And then within that year, Ishmael had over 3,000 customers in his organization, earning himself close to, I think his highest month was like $21,000. I mean, there were so many stories. There's a girl named Tiffany. She was a waitress earning less than $2,000 a month. Okay. And she was very much an introvert. She ended up going from $2,000 a month to earning 15,000 a month in 3 months. And this is the kicker. Tiffany didn't do a single presentation for 9 months. She never did a single presentation. All she did was invite people to the Zoom calls just like this one. And she was earning herself over 15,000 every single month. Her mom was working at a warehouse. She was earning over $10,000 a month within 3 months. Her uncle, same thing. He's earning himself over $10,000 a month. And he could barely speak English. He came from Vietnam not that long ago. So the reason why I'm saying this is that if those people could do it, especially with, I mean, Zoom wasn't really that big of a thing. Most of our meetings were actually in person. So if those people could do it, every single person on this call can do it. The only person that's holding you from getting to that point is yourself. And that's why we've created this entire system, because once you do the transformation with Dawn, you're going to step into this infinite self, this infinite part of you that's always been there, that's that doesn't know limits, that's able to truly step in and affect change and help people because they have so much, not even belief, but so much knowing that this system is going to be one of the biggest things that they're ever going to be a part of. And so we are in pre-launch right now. We are at the ground floor. And when it comes to business, it's always about timing, timing, timing. I want you to imagine that you got into a time machine and you travel back in time to when Apple was first starting. Okay. When Apple was first starting and you invested $1,000, $10,000 into Apple stock, imagine where your life would be now. You'd be a multi-millionaire. Apple is the number one company in the world, worth over $3 trillion. And so the reason why I say that is because you have the exact opportunity right here, right now with Divinfi. This is absolutely going to blow up, with all due respect, with or without you, but we'd love to have you on the ride with us. And so this is more than just a financial system. It's a movement towards both financial freedom and personal empowerment. And so if you're ready to get started, get back to the person that invited you, ask them for their unique link so they can get credit, and we'll see you on the other side. I'm gonna announce a couple of exciting prizes and promotions. And so from now until August the 18th, I checked, we're gonna be giving away some awesome prizes. So if you bring 10 people directly into the system, you're gonna get a brand new GoPro. If you bring 20 directly, you're gonna get a brand new iPhone. And if you bring 30 directly, you're gonna get a brand new MacBook. And it doesn't matter if we have 100 people that are qualified, we're going to give away 100 of the products. Dre, I know you're looking for a new MacBook. Let's get it, bro. I'm trying to get a brand new MacBook. I want to see everybody get one of these prizes. There's no reason why you can't. And it's just a little extra in a way for us to just thank you for being a part of the visionary team, because every single one of you guys is a leader in your own right. You all have a gift and you're here to use it and to really leave this life with your tank on E, right? So and the last promotion is we're going to basically give away a 3-day 2-night stay for all the connector 1500. So if you hit the rank of connector 1500, it doesn't matter how many you directly bring, as long as you qualify for connector 1500, we're going to give a 3-day 2-night stay at the hotel where we're having our event. It's most likely going to be Miami, Florida. We're still figuring out the exact details. And if you hit connector 3000, we're going to give you an all-inclusive. So that's going to include the flight, hotel, and VIP access to the event. Like I said, if there's 100 people that qualify, we're giving away 100 of these uh, uh, prizes, I guess you could call them. So I would love to see you guys, give you all some big hugs, shake your hands, and just see you in the VIP event. And if you want to stay connected, scan this QR code. We got our Telegram there. That's a really good place to start. Also, the Facebook community. We got Instagram. That's where we're gonna keep you guys posted on all things Divinfi. And I just want to thank you all for being here, giving me your undivided attention. It's awesome to be here with some amazing leaders such as yourself. Shout out to all of you awesome people. Shout out to you, Tui, for getting your first payout from Divinfi. Chris, congratulations, brother. And all the awesome people that got their very first check. The goal is to definitely get you all paid, get get as many people paid out as possible every single week. And so if you need any help or support, make sure that you are plugging into the system. We're here for you. Your success is our success, and we're excited to rock this out with you guys. And I'll give you guys some time if you have any questions. Let's make sure to have them asked, and we can make sure that you get those answers.
Okay, brother, just clarify this for me then. We with the double up, it's going on, right? It's carrying on going. It's not stopping.
No.
You got it. We got it. Too much. Too much. Thank
Let's
you so much.
go.
To Jamie and Mr. Don Smith, thank you so much, guys. You know what's in our heart. Thank you.
I love it, bro. I love it. Any other questions? Chris, Rod, Barbara, Ashley, Los Cabos. I don't know who. I'm assuming that's probably who is that? Angel, or anybody that's on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube. If you guys have any questions, make sure to ask them.
Hey, this is Giancarlo.
Hey,
Hey, so
Giancarlo.
you said there's kind of a way for entering without those 149 US dollars. I mean, I want to spread this word here in Cabo, but I just want to have that clear.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? So are you saying, is there a way to not pay the
Yeah,
149?
yeah, you said something about not paying the $149 or something like that, like without inviting three referrals, no payment or something like that. You said, right? Or it was I misunderstood.
Yeah, so that's a good question. Just to clarify, if you are a customer, you're not a partner, because there's two different things, right? So there's a customer. If you just want to use the AI, if you just want to be a part of Don's transformation, as a customer, you can refer 3 of your friends or family or acquaintances, and
Okay.
your customer pack is completely free.
Okay.
But if you're a partner, now it's a little bit different. You
Okay.
can open up the compensation plan. You can get paid off of the compensation plan, and you can earn an income. So the first rank you get paid is $100. So essentially that would offset your $99 monthly payment.
Okay.
But to get started, every single person has to pay the 149, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yes. And where do we register and stuff?
So you just get back to the person that invited you to the call. I think that was
Okay.
Ray.
No, Jamie.
Oh, Jamie. Okay. So you get
Yes.
back to Jamie and then just ask him for the link, and then
Okay.
he'll share you the link, and then you just get started. Then we'll walk you through the steps.
Okay. And do you have any material in Spanish or something?
We have a presentation. It just got translated in Spanish.
Okay, that's wonderful. Yeah, I want to work here in Mexico with that.
Let's go, bro. I'm trying to go to Mexico.
Yeah, sure. You have to come.
What part are you in?
In Los Cabos. Actually, I
Oh,
met
that's
Jamie and Don here a long time ago.
oh, awesome, awesome. Heck
Yeah.
yes. That'll be fun.
Awesome.
I love
Yeah, it was really fun. You
I
have to
haven't.
come soon.
Yes, bro. Jamie, let's go.
Awesome, great. Thank you, Sam.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. Any other questions? There goes Don in his colorful shirt. Yeah, you're welcome, Ashley. Thanks for hopping on. Let's connect after this, get you going. Um, okay. Well, if there's no more questions, then we'll end the call. Just get back to the person that referred you. And just so you know, we are having these calls at least twice a day. If you need help and you have another time in mind and you want to invite some people, let us know. We'll make arrangements. I'm already not sleeping, so might as well. And so, yeah, I'm excited for you guys, excited for the next leaders. And let's get it going. Let's take this to the moon. And we'll see you tomorrow at well, actually today, Dubai time, but for the people in the US, it would be 7 p.m. Dubai time, I believe is what 8 8 p.m. 8 a.m. Pacific. And so, yep, we'll see you then. And you guys have a great morning, evening, or afternoon. Peace out, everybody.
Thank you so